Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brigitte, and here I talk about biblical principles that have helped me to get and remain debt free for about 17 years now and move on to financial stability and ultimately financial independence. If that's something that interests you, then please stick around. Now, today I'm going to talk about the fact that we need wisdom and we need to be aware of risk when we are investing or even when we're saving, because you really can be too safe. And playing it too safe sometimes will cause you to remain broke or remain in the struggle cycle. So, the first thing that you can do that will cause you to play it too safe is to keep your money at home. Now, I'm not talking about smaller dollar amounts, I'm talking about large amounts of money that you want to keep around the house. Now, the positive thing about that is, well, it's easily accessible. The challenging thing about that is it's easily accessible, which means that you might find yourself, oh, taking 50 here, 100 there, and before you know it, you've whittled it away. Hopefully, you've got a lot of trustworthy and honest people who come to your house. Otherwise, that money could grow legs. And finally, you might even hide your money so well that you forget where it is. Probably the most concerning thing, though, is that if you put, let's say, $1,000 and you stick it in a drawer somewhere, 1 year from now, when you pull that money out, do you know how much money you'll have? That's right, $1,000. However, if you had invested that money, or if you had put it in even a savings account that earned, let's say, 4%, your money, well, you might have $1,200 or you may have $1,500. In other words, you've given up hundreds of dollars because you were playing it a little too safe. Another way that you can play it too safe is, let's say you decide, I am going to move my money. I'm going to put it in a financial institution. But you know what? I don't want to learn all that fancy stuff. I don't want to take any risks. So I'm going to put it in a good old savings account, or I'm going to put it in my checking account. And by the way, the average interest that you earn right now on the average deposit or checking account is 0.07%. I did not say 7%. I said 0.07. That's not a lot of money at all, especially at that same financial institution or certainly one online. You could open a high yield savings account, or you could put your money in a certificate of deposit, and you could earn between, let's say, 4.5 to 5.5%. Again, hundreds of dollars, possibly thousands of dollars over time that you are giving up just because you're playing it a little bit too safe. And here's another thing. If you decide that I'm only going to save, I'm only going to put my money in a savings account, now you are seriously missing out on possible increase in your money, because honestly, investing does involve risk. I mean, there's no way of getting around it. You can lose money. However, you can also gain a lot of money. On average, the stock market is gaining 8 to 10% historically. And so instead of being in under your bed or in a jar somewhere at home earning 0%, you could be earning 8 to 10%. But yes, it does entail risk. In the long run, you are much more likely to gain and have increase, but it takes courage and it takes faith. There is a scripture in Ecclesiastes, the 11th chapter, and it basically says anybody that observes or watches the wind too much is never going to put any seed in the ground, because it's never going to be perfect. Sometimes it's going to be too windy, not windy enough. I feel wind from the south. Whatever the case may be, it will never be perfect. And if we wait on the sidelines until the economy is absolutely perfect, and no one is saying you're going to lose money, you'll be waiting there a really long time. Let me tell you something else. There's this thing called inflation. And let me give you an example. Let's say that you like peaches. I mean, you really like peaches. And so every week you are buying 2 cans of peaches and you put them in the refrigerator and then you eat it and you enjoy it. Now, for our example's sake, we're going to say each one of these cans costs $10. Now, I know some of you are already saying, baby, if peaches ever cost $10 per can, I will give them up immediately, if not sooner. But for our example, they're $10 a piece. And as it turns out, do you know how much you make per hour in our imaginary example? Yeah, $20 an hour. So if you work 1 hour, and we're not going to consider taxes, but if you work 1 hour, you can enjoy your peaches every single week. And let's say you do just that. Now a year passes and suddenly prices go up and you can no longer buy 2 cans of peaches for that $20. In fact, it is now going to cost you $21 and some change in order to buy those same cans of peaches. The cans didn't get any bigger. The exact same cans of peaches will now cost you more than $21. That means you're going to have to work more hours, work some overtime, find a better job, or you're going to have to cut down on peaches. And maybe now you're only going to buy 1 can of peaches every week. Actually, that's part of why the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, because they want to control consumption, how much you buy. And so, another way though, if you want to continue to have not one, but 2 cans of peaches every single week, then what you might do is take a little more risk. That's right, earn more money on what you're saving and what you're investing so that you account for inflation and you can continue your lifestyle. I am not telling you to be foolish. I am not telling you to take risks that keep you up late at night. But I am recommending that you pray and that you do your research and even talk to a financial advisor, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial expert. I am sharing what has worked for me. And I found that when I really got serious about making some money, I had to take a little more risk. Maybe take it one step at a time. Start with a high yield savings account, move to a CD, try some US treasuries, and then maybe move to an index fund as you get more comfortable. But don't play it so safe that you find years from now you're still broke, you're still struggling. Trust in the Lord. Listen, if this has helped you, please like and subscribe to this channel and then check out this video. I think you'll like it. God bless you.